Hey everybody, Bobby Hilton here on the Boom and Freezer Show. Bobby Hilton along with Scott the Freezer Frost, and we got a super special guest today, none other than the 15-year-old phenom, professional pool player Savannah Easton from Las Vegas. How you doing, Savannah?
Good, how about you?
Hi, Savannah. How are you?
Good.
Good.
Now you already know Scott Frost, obviously, right? You've seen him in the
Yeah, of
past.
course. Yeah, of course. I see him on TV, commentating, interviews, everything. He does everything.
He really does. He does absolutely everything. I can't keep up with him. I thought I did a lot. Not even close. Not even close.
Yeah.
Uh, all right, let's start with a simple one, Savannah. I know we talked in the past, obviously, but uh, where do we get the name the Roadrunner?
Uh,
How are you to be the Roadrunner?
that one, it was honestly just me first starting, and we saw a couple people have like some nicknames, and also we wanted something kind of catchy. And I was playing hockey at the time too. So I was on my way to hockey practice and then I forgot like three things or something, so I just kept going back and forth super fast. And then all of a sudden I forgot if it was my mom or dad. They're probably gonna lecture me if I tell them who got the credit. They could tell the wrong person who got the credit. But basically they were like, "Oh yeah, Roadrunner, that sounds so good." And we had a couple ideas before, but it just didn't really stick. And then all of a sudden, I put it on my social media, and everyone started saying like beep beep, and like everyone just loved it. So it kind of just took off.
I also thought it was probably because you played pretty quick, right?
Yeah, that too. Cause
Okay.
I slowed down a little bit over like a couple years, but when I was first starting, I just kind of ran around the table and just shot the ball.
Yeah, we all did that when we were young, but you're so naturally talented that I think you're still, for the most part, a quicker paced player than a lot of them, which is not a bad thing by any means. You'll continue to slow down. Yeah.
Yeah, I think once they get a little older, they start to slow down a little bit. But sometimes you just got it. I just watched this. I don't know if you're familiar with it, the USA pool thing that's going on.
Yeah. I've kept up. I saw some of the shootouts and stuff now.
Ultimate pool. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes. Did you see that, Scott, this weekend in Boston?
No, I didn't, but I do like the format. I think it's a really cool format. Haven't had I've watched some of the replays and highlights and stuff like that. I think the format's really a good format.
Yeah, it's super fun to play in too. We just couldn't make it this time because it was so far away. It's like coast to coast,
Yeah,
and
sure.
yeah,
Yeah, yeah. Shane Van Bonen's in that. Lucas is in that. Bergman's in that. A lot of big name players. 15
yeah.
second shot clock, eight ball. That's crazy, right?
Well, it goes down to 15 minutes at when there's a 10-minute mark. So I think there's like a 30-minute shot clock or
30
30
Or
seconds.
minute
30
Yeah.
second.
30
Yeah.
minute match clock, and then it goes once it hits 10 minutes, it just goes to 15 seconds, which is kind of crazy for eight ball in my opinion, but it's still bar box, so it's a little easier.
You got to use your little beep beep speed on that one, right? For sure.
Yeah, seriously.
All right, let's talk a little bit about what you got going on. I know you got a big one coming up, and let's talk about what you got coming up, Savannah. What's the big thing? I know what's going on, but you tell us what's your next event?
Yeah, so my next event, I'm going to Sacramento for, well, we're going 3 weeks on the road. On the 24th, we're leaving. So we go to Sacramento first. I'm going to train with Oscar Dominguez a little bit. And then they have a little memorial tournament up there that I'm going to play. And then I'm going to Green Bay for the first ever women's eight ball, which is pretty big. They're doing the opening ceremony on Lambeau Field, I believe. I don't know
Yeah,
football
yeah,
terms.
that's
Okay,
correct.
so okay, and then from there I'm going to BEF, which is like a week long. They have the women's national championships there that they just added, and men's, and then also juniors, of
And where is
course.
that?
That's in Quincy, Illinois. So nowhere super exciting, but it's still fun to play and there's a lot of events I can play in which I like. And then from there, once I get home for a couple of weeks, I go to China for the World Games, which is the big one.
Have
Yeah,
you
that's
played in
pretty
China
cool.
before?
No, I have. I've been to China just to visit some of my mom's side of the family, but never for pool. So it's gonna be a big change for sure.
Scott, have you been to China?
No, I've just been over in Asia, not China specifically. But touching back to Green Bay is pretty interesting, Bobby.
Yeah.
One of our sponsors. Classic Billiards, Dave Bartosiak, he and his wife Leah, they're going to be going out there for that event just to support it and watch it, which I think is pretty cool. I actually think they're a sponsor of the WPA now. I'm not 100% sure, but WPBA, excuse me. But they'll be out there for that event.
Have you played in the 8 ball there before? Or you said this is the first one in Wisconsin, correct?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure this is the first, well, at least first one in a long time. That's all I know. They definitely haven't had it for a couple years.
And then you're off to China. So, do you? Somebody asked this question for. Do you speak any other languages? Because you travel all over the world. Do you speak any other languages? Languages?
I tried Spanish. I failed, sadly. And also, my mom's Chinese, which a lot of people definitely cannot tell by looking at me. But so she's Chinese and she speaks Cantonese and she can understand Mandarin. And she tried teaching me, but it's just kind of too late for that. But hopefully I'll learn in the future, especially with all the traveling. I really want to learn a different language. It'd be really cool.
I guess, you know, when I think about you, you and I've talked, and I've been trying to get up there to work with you, and I know the minute I get to Nevada and you're there, we're going to work together. I promise that. Promise that. We're going to play whatever you want to play. I won't say the game on camera, but really for me, my question would be like, what is your ultimate goal in pool? Do you see your two questions? How long do you see yourself playing? Do you have, because a lot of players have, and including myself, I kind of had like an end date. Like I kind of felt like once I got to 45, that I was probably going to be towards the end of my career and I might want to do something else. So two questions. What do you really want to achieve in the game? And then number two, do you have something else you want to transition to?
So right now, well, yeah, for a couple years now, since I've started, I've definitely wanted to win like some big world championship, but I want to win it by the time it was 16, but then I realized that was a little tough. So now I've changed it to 18, but hopefully by 18, I really want to win a world championship. That's like my big goal. And I'm invited to a lot of the world championships too, so I'm really like honored and blessed to be able to compete in those world championships because a lot of them are only invite only. And then as far as the one to see when I'm gonna retire, if I'm doing it a long term thing, I definitely do want to do it like as long as I can or as long as I am standing, honestly. But I've seen some of Shane Van Boning stuff, and I see he keeps saying that he might retire, but I don't really see it, honestly. I really don't see it because he's been doing it for so long. He's so good at it, and when you're that good at something, I mean, it's so hard to just up and quit, you know?
It really is. And Shane and I are very close, and he talks to me about quitting quite a bit. And it's not that he doesn't like the game, he just gets a little burnt out from time to time because he never really stays at home.
Yeah.
But to your point, what else is he going to do, right? Yeah, he could
Yeah.
go fish, but that gets lonely. He's out on the
Yeah,
ice he's out on the ice all the
for
time. I mean,
sure.
who wants to do that, right? So
Yeah, yeah.
yeah, and somebody like you, you're in good shape. You're really good minded, and 15 years old is absolutely amazing at the level you play. I noticed at looking at some things, your AZ Billiards player money adjustments in 2024, you were 102nd. You've more than bettered that by half. You're now 43rd. Now, I'm not really keeping track, but I was taking a look at that. You're number 43 on the list, and it's still early in 2025, right? So you're obviously doing some really good things there. You know your game is coming up quick.
Yeah, no, thank you very much. The funny thing is actually a lot of the like AZ Billiard stuff, a lot of them don't record some of the tournaments because
Yeah.
so that's the funny thing too.
Yeah, I wish
Yeah,
they did record more. Go ahead, Bobby.
yeah. I was just gonna say she's actually 13th in the WPA, or she came in 13th in the WPA Iron City this year. First place at the Ultimate Pool USA in Arizona, and it's with that's JJ's home area, right? Arizona.
Yeah.
Who's?
Is that JJ or he's from Texas, right?
Texas. Yeah,
You're
this is
from
my
Oh,
home.
Arizona.
you're from
Your
Yeah,
Arizona,
hometown.
yeah.
right?
That's
I'm
what
in
I meant.
Arizona right now.
That's what I'm
Yeah,
talking about.
yeah,
But
it's all
first
good.
place, she got first place ultimate in the juniors. This is just this year. Ninth place Ultimate Bill USA, second place Lucasi West Coast, second place Mob Production, first place Ultimate Billiard, first place Ultimate Billiard Junior, second place. Just unbelievable. I mean, every time you're in, you seem to be right up there, Savannah.
Oh, my head feels so big. Oh my.
That's just this year. I mean, if I go down in 2004, it was actually pretty good too. Uh, but I want to go talk to Scott's what you guys just talked about real quick about Shane Dimoni. Uh, you're 15 years old. You're traveling the world. You're playing all over. How do you not get burnt out a little bit? Because you do play a lot of pool. You, like I said, you're going on the road for 3 weeks. What do you do? How do you get off that? I got to do something else, or I got to feel better about myself.
The so I'm pretty lucky. I have like a couple hobbies that I do. So I play guitar and piano. So that kind of just gets me outside of my pool mind. But also, my parents definitely help with that. Like, my mom will take me out just like, to eat something good or something just to get my mind off of it sometimes. And then my dad, he helps me with my mental game and everything. So just having them is honestly, it's really easy just not to get burnt out because I can always have fun with my parents. And yeah, my dad and my mom basically just know how to, like, they can tell when I'm getting burnt out a little bit, but a lot of the times it doesn't really happen when I don't really get burnt out too much. I always end up back at a pool table.
You're 15, right? I remember
Mhm.
I didn't start till I was 17, but I don't think I got burnt out for the first probably 10 to 15 years. And it never really did get burnt out. But your parents, touching on that, Larry and Tiffany, I got to meet them. I think it was a couple of years ago, and I was enamored by watching you play. And I can't remember where we were, but it was back east somewhere in a big venue, in a big event. And I walked by your table. It was a roped off area. And I was like, wow, that little girl's got a good stroke, right? And so I just sat there the rest of the match right up front and watched your entire match. And you ended up winning the match. But it was a little sketchy up and down. But as I was walking away, noticed it was your parents and I got to speak with them. And what a great support system they are for you. You're pretty fortunate to have parents like that are behind you. And I know you know that, obviously.
No, yeah, for sure. I recognize that every single day, honestly. Not just for pool, but just my everyday life. I'm really blessed with them.
Yeah.
Nice. Yeah, I know that you're definitely blessed. Obviously, I know Larry and Tiffany as well. And I never met your brother though. Like you have a brother, correct? A little older brother? I should say
Yeah,
bigger older brother.
even if you meet him, you still won't really meet him. Honestly, he's super quiet. He just does not talk at all. He's like the opposite of me, honestly.
So I wanted to ask you, so is there competition in the family? Because it seems like so you're playing guitar, piano, and then he says, okay, now I'm old enough to drive you around. You say, okay, I'm going to be a professional pool player. Then he goes, I'm going to be a pilot. It seems like you guys keep going and going and going.
Yeah, I mean for sure, it's a little brother sister rivalry there, but sometimes he can just option to not drive me. Honestly, just leave me at home.
How old is your brother?
He's 18 now. He just turned 18 in May.
Oh, that's perfect. My sister is 2 to 3 years younger than me, depending on like the birth dates. But we always pushed her, my brother and I constantly pushed her, and she became more like one of us. So I think that's what he's probably got planned for you.
Yeah, he's trying to one up me though. I mean, being a pilot, come on. Compared to a pool player, I mean,
Yeah, but you're gonna win a world championship by the time
That's
you're 18.
yeah,
that's what I'm saying.
yeah,
That's
that's
what's got
the
to take
goal.
him over. What's he going to do then? Then what's he going to do?
Then he'll try flying for private jets, probably. Probably.
Yeah, then you'll just have to win 2 world championships.
Yeah, I know.
All right, Scott. I know you got a couple more. Why don't you hit her with a couple more? We got a lot of questions for you, Savannah.
Um,
Scott and I did some research, and we've actually asked a lot of people because you're pretty popular out there, and we got a couple questions from the fans. So Scott has some, I have some. So go ahead, Scott.
Yeah, yeah, thanks, Bobby. And some of mine are more off the cuff as we sit here and think about things. And Bobby's got a great series of questions, like he said, and they're more from a lot of them are from the fans, which is as good as it gets. I know, though, as a young player, I always had no matter what, throughout my career, I always had somebody. There was always somebody there, kind of, and maybe you don't want to tell me this, but there was always somebody there that just kind of had my number. And I knew I could beat them, right? But for the most part, my tournament records against them always really struggled. Um, I actually had a few people in my career. I'm just curious, do you have that person right now? And I hope you're honest.
Um, well, honestly, I mean, it's pretty much all over social media that it's me and Sophia kind of against each
Okay,
other. Like even if we don't feel it, like people always, if we match up together, it's always like, oh, Savannah and Sophia, who, and but I mean, I guess it's good though because you can have something to market with there, and have something that is fun for people to watch because we're a little closer in age. I think she's like 1 or 2 years older than me, and also we kind of obviously we're both girls too, so we'll match up a lot in junior divisions, women's divisions. So I think it's just something entertaining for people to watch, and I'm sure we'll go back and forth over the years because we're pretty equal. So yeah, that's
yeah.
pretty
So,
much the only one.
I like it. Sophia Mast. I think the older you two get, the more you'll branch out and always have somebody else. But I think you two push each other
Yeah.
nonstop as well, right? You're constantly pushing each other. You both want to beat each other, and that is healthy. There's absolutely nothing wrong with that.
Yeah, and hopefully in the future, there will be more juniors or people closer to my age, or even just younger people to join the sport because sometimes it gets a little boring just playing the same person. Honestly, like in the junior divisions and stuff. So hopefully
Sure.
there's more junior players that will want to play and get better.
Some good stuff. Thanks, Bobby.
Yeah, no, that leads me into the next question. You know, this could be a pro or an amateur or one of the younger females that you play. Who's your favorite player to compete against right now? If you had you should go into a match, you're like, oh, this is going to be great. I want to play. Obviously, you're going to try to win, but who would that person be?
Mm, Honestly, okay, this sounds so bad, but like honestly, any of the Asian players, just because I want to beat them so badly because they're always boosted up so much. I mean, it's pretty obvious that most people think that Asians are better than Americans, so that kind of just gives me more drive to beat them, kind of.
That
And
doesn't sound bad at all, just so you know. That's okay. You're good with we all get that.
so yeah, and then I pretty much want to beat everyone. I mean, like no matter who it is.
That's a great mentality. I love that. I
Yeah,
love
even you,
that.
Bobby. We still need our
You,
rematch. We're still
you
tied.
just so everybody knows out there, Savannah and I have a match, and you can go watch it on the Shark Stream page if you want to. And I went to her hometown, so she had home field advantage, right? So you had home field advantage. I think you were what, 13?
Yeah, something like that, somewhere around there.
And she kicked my butt, Scott. She made me, I think, 7-2 or 7-1. It was terrible. But we did what we did. We raised a little money for her, and it was a fantastic feat. And it was the first time I got to meet her and Tiffany and Larry and great people. And that was a lot of fun. Unfortunately, I beat her one rack when she was at Yale Billiards, and I wouldn't play her again after that. So
Yeah,
I'm going to
I
count
think
that
I
as 1-1.
no,
That's
I
one to
think I
one.
missed the nine
That
ball or
doesn't
something.
count, Bobby. That doesn't
I
count.
What do you
literally,
mean? It's 1-0.
That
What are you
doesn't
talking?
count. That doesn't
yeah, I
count,
missed
man.
the nine ball or something like that. But
Oh no,
uh,
Bobby, you can't do that. That's not on the record. That comes off the record. She wants another match with you as well, so we got to make
yeah,
that happen at some point. He's grown up a little bit too.
No, I
yeah,
know.
so am I.
I'm going to need a lesson with Scott or two first, and then we'll talk about it. Scott, going to need some
Good
helpful
stuff.
hints from you.
Good stuff.
All right, let's see. What else have we got going on here? What's your biggest what are you working on right now? What's your biggest hurdle that you want to get over? I mean, obviously you want a world championship, but what's your biggest thing that you're saying, I got to do this better. I want to do this. What are you working on right now?
I would just say being more consistent with my game because I can be on an all-time high playing the best pool of my life, and then all of a sudden I look like I can't even hold a cue. Like seriously, I play my consistency. I think is the thing I mostly need to work on, especially. But it's getting a little better. Definitely better than a couple years ago.
We'll ask Scott ask a couple technical questions because he's an absolute wizard of the game. What do you got? Some technical questions for to ask Scott?
No, I mean it's interesting that she actually. I would actually like to like dig in a little bit more when she says something like that. I mean, do you really go periods? Like you'll play 4 or 5 days and then you'll go 2 or 3 days where you feel just completely foreign to the cue?
Yeah, sometimes I don't know, sometimes I'll even tell my dad, like I'll go down on the shot and everything just feels wrong. Like not just mechanically, but like everything just feels so weird. And then there's sometimes I just feel like I'm in the best stroke ever and then I can beat anyone, no matter who it is. So it's just and there's no like medium, there's no middle.
Sure.
It's like I'll
Yeah.
go really high or really low.
Yeah, well, that has a lot to do with being young and talented, by the way, right? The more, and I hate saying this, you're 15, though I have to say it. The more mature you get, the more you grow into your game, and I don't think it's going to take long. From 15 to 18, you're talking. I mean, at that age, you're talking massive hurdles. So your reality of winning a world championship by 18, or your goal of winning that by 18, I think is very realistic. That being said, it's kind of interesting though. I'm trying to remember back when I was 17. I just felt like I was never going to miss, I think. So for you, your fundamentals are probably a lot better than mine were. I just had a VCR tape watch Efren. So for you, maybe it's just something a little off in your fundamentals that day, or maybe you're a little burnt out and don't even know it. And when you get away
Yeah.
from the game for a day or two, maybe it's pressure to you. But you got so much talent, so it's hard for me to even believe that you feel foreign over the ball at times. But it is what it is.
Yeah, I mean, that's the thing with having my dad, too. He kind of can preach that to myself. Like, especially, I think it was a year ago or 2 years ago. I was, I was basically just not expecting to ever miss, and I think I've kind of
Yeah,
accepted that. So you kind of got it, like, But yeah, I just pretty much never thought I would miss, and even if I got out of line on a ball, I still didn't think I could miss it. And then when I miss it, it's like the biggest thing in the world. But I think I've started to get over a little bit, but I still sometimes I can get really frustrated, especially depending on the time of day. In the mornings, you just don't want to talk to me. Trust me.
I'm the same way. I mean, you're a natural pool player at heart, but you're talking about you just never feel like you can miss, and all I'm trying to do is remember what that used to feel like. So lucky you, lucky you.
And another thing, being a pool player, and I got the messages to prove from Scott. You don't want to talk to Scott in the morning either. I keep getting messages. He's literally like, text me in the afternoon. So it must be something in the blood with you guys. It's unbelievable. And Lucas too, our guy Lucas. In 9 o'clock match, you just bet against him. It just does. You
Yeah.
can't do the
Yeah,
mornings,
no
you
doubt.
know.
No,
I
same with
wake up,
me,
I
honestly.
wake up and I got like 25 text messages, right? And I can barely read one of them. I used to have perfect eyes. I can barely read one of them, right? And typically the first one I get is like something that they need from me or something, and and then it all goes crashing down until I get my coffee.
Yeah, my mom and dad joke with me all the time. They're like, I'm living a retired life because I do online school. I
Yeah,
only go to school for one day, and I'm on summer break now too, so that helps a lot too. But I'm
yeah,
on online school. I'm just so I sleep till like 11. Honestly, I
good
don't
for
wake up
you.
late at all.
The
Good for you.
pool life right
That's
there.
right.
You know,
That's right.
That was my next question. Actually, we talk about school. I know you've been homeschooled for a while now, right?
homeschooled? Oh no, my
No,
mom.
online
There's
school
no way,
or
mom.
online school. I meant
Yeah,
online
yeah,
school. I
no, it
meant
is
right.
online
I'm
school.
sorry.
No, no, I'm just joking with
Yeah,
you.
yeah. How's
Yeah,
that
my
going?
mom's the worst teacher. Trust me, she cannot. There's no way I could ever be homeschooled. She's brutal, but she looks
We're,
nice in
we're
photos.
definitely clipping that.
Oh,
But
that's too
yeah,
good.
I do online school. It's funny because people like they just they're like, oh, this girl's not educated. Like, when's she gonna get her school done? But the funny thing is, they don't see me like in the hotel room doing my schoolwork, and like whenever I don't have a match, basically when I was in school, I was basically working on schoolwork. So don't worry, people. I'm in school. Don't worry.
That's such an unfair judgment for anybody to say, because
Yeah.
like I said, I've known you for a couple of years now. You know, you're very articulate. You speak well. You run a business well. I mean, you're doing so much more than the average 15-year-old. For anybody to think that has to be, it's terrible, and it's not even obviously close to the truth. But how close are you to graduate? Because you are 15. There's only a couple of years left. I mean, you're still going
Yeah.
to graduate 17, you think?
Yeah, for sure. I've seen a couple of like my pool friends, they've graduated a little early,
Yep.
which is, I would want to try to do that, but I just got done with freshman year, so I still have 3 more years left, I think. And everyone tells me those like 2 years, the next 2 years are like the hardest years, so I'm kind of dreading it.
Yeah.
I feel
When
like
when is when is your let me is it I read this earlier. Is it February of 2008? Is your birthday in February of
oh
2008?
yeah,
It
2010.
is
10. Yeah.
2010. So
Yeah.
is it February 8th, 2010?
Yeah, yeah.
Okay. Okay. Yeah. So you've still got 3 years. I guess you'll graduate when you're late 17?
Yeah. Wait. Yeah, I think so. I'm pretty sure.
Somewhere around there. Somewhere around there. Bobby, what else you got?
So one of the persons asked, he says, what shot do you need to work on the most? What shot do you have the most trouble with on the table? And obviously, this is for Sophie and all your competitors to leave you this. But what's your shot that you tough those long cuts, the
No comment.
banks?
No comment.
Ah, good answer. Good answer. Very good.
Um,
I like that.
yeah, we had a bunch of questions here too. Something outside of a poll. What do you listen to in music, and who's your favorite artist?
My genre is all over the place, so I couldn't even tell you honestly. Like I looked at my Spotify rap, and it was the most mixed genres ever. Like I listened to from pop to like maybe a little rap to maybe a little like I don't know.
Name a couple. Give us a couple that you listen to. A couple artists
Uh,
that you listen to that you
I
like to
was
listen to.
you guys probably
Do you listen to them when you're practicing as well in your
yeah.
headsets
I
or
have a
no?
whole playlist I listen to usually. I have like 20 playlists honestly that I made, but you guys probably won't know them. It's like I don't know, Frank Ocean I like.
Oh yeah, I like Frank Ocean.
You like Frank Ocean?
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
I like let's see, I like SZA.
Oh yeah.
I like this more mellow artist called Leve. She like does more jazz and stuff. My mom hates her, but I like her a lot. And let's see. I can't name any off the top of my head. My head went
Uh,
blank all of a sudden. But
that was good. That was good. That was one of the questions. I mean, people want to know what you're listening to in your headsets when you're practicing. So there you go. You got it from Savannah where she's listening to.
yeah.
All right, you can't do no comment on this one. All right. You've been hanging out with a lot of pool players your life, right? Filler is at your house for a while. Obviously the American teams. I need to know who's your favorite male pool player of all time.
Oh boy.
Um
Here we go.
um
Tough, tough, huh?
Well, okay, I get this question a lot, but I've never really had a favorite pool player because I kind of just watch everyone and I get little bits and pieces from everyone's game and I kind of just put them together in my own head. But I mean, I like Josh obviously because I just, he's a fast rhythm player. He makes the ball so easily, but his brain kind of when he was at the house, I could kind of see his brain thinks in a different way most people don't. Um and he just thinks about the game in a completely different way. It's crazy. And then I like a lot of the Filipino players because they're also I like them too. So like Chua or
You like
maybe
Chua, don't you? Yeah. I
yeah,
knew you
Chua
liked
might
Chua.
be he was my favorite when I was I mean he still is, but he was my
Yeah.
favorite coming up. And let's see. I can always get stuff from like Shane and Sky. I mean, I've been doubles partners with both of them, and I've learned stuff from them too. So yeah, it's pretty much. I have a lot of favorite pool players, but I just get little stuff from each one of them. But those top four are definitely my top four, probably.
All right, I'm gonna have one more. So
Okay.
you're playing in a doubles tournament with a guy. You have to win. Who's your partner gonna be?
Oh my gosh, how can you do that to me? Okay, oddly
But you
enough,
just said it. You just said it.
no, oddly enough, okay, it wouldn't be Josh for sure because I've played doubles with him. He is not a doubles partner, okay?
Because
Like
he
at the
thinks so
house.
different,
Oh
right? Because he
At
thinks
no.
the
so
house.
different.
Yeah,
Mm,
he's
Yeah.
too good, you know, like I feel like I'm just gonna let him down with every shot. Shane, I played with him too. He's fun to play with, but like if we had to win, I don't know if I can play with him because he's also another one. I would be too scared to miss or something. He when we
Skylar, right?
Yeah, probably Skylar, honestly.
Yeah.
Definitely, because he's so relaxed. He can make the ball, and then he'll just. When we played doubles, I was the most comfortable with him, I think. But right before I played with Shane in the Ultimate Pool, my dad asked him. He was like, "Is there any tips like you need to give Savannah for to be doubles with you? Like, where you want to get on the ball and stuff." He's like, "Oh, just make the ball and get me shape." That's the only tips he gave me. so,
Shane.
Make
so
them balls and get me shape. That's
yeah.
it.
So basically, if you look back on the videos, he would just point where he wants to, and if I got him there, he would just be happy. But yeah, he was fun. It was relaxed. He was more chill than I thought.
All right, let's go to the female side. Similar question. Obviously, you've been around all the females. Who's the one that you most look up to as far as female players?
Probably I think my favorite since I was starting was probably Simming Chen. I think she was like my all-time favorite. Also, my grandparents too, and they don't even know anything about pool. They're like the only players. They only watch me and Singing Chen, which is pretty funny. But yeah, I think she's just the most relaxed, and she gets on the ball very nice. And I don't know, I like her fundamentals and everything.
Yeah, didn't she spend some time over here in the States playing
Yeah.
some money matches?
I don't know if it was money matches. I met her right
Did you know
before.
Roy's basement? Are you familiar with
Yeah,
Roy's basement?
yeah, I met him in Atlantic City like a couple
Yeah,
years ago.
I think he brought her over here and they did some stuff together, but maybe I have her confused because I'm familiar with Simi Chen.
Oh no, wait, actually.
Who am I talking about?
It's Cheska, isn't it? Cheska?
Yes,
No, no, no.
Centennial.
Let me
No,
change
no,
my
it's not
answer.
Cheska. Yeah,
Rublin.
yeah, it was Cheska's. Who was it?
Rublin or Cheska? It's
I
those
think it
two, I'm
was
pretty sure.
I think it was Cheska that he had over here that was gambling. I'm not
But
certain though.
let me change my female favorite answer. It was actually
Okay.
Cheska. She was my favorite for like, she was my all-time favorite for like a long time. Like I looked up to her so much, and Rublin too. She was like another one I looked up to. So those three are my favorites. Um,
Yeah, pretty
they're
good
just
favorites.
Yeah, those are my all-time favorites. And you can ask my parents; they'll like know right away. I don't know. All of a sudden, I forgot.
It is what it is. You're on camera. We get it.
That's awesome. That's good stuff. I think might know the answer to this one, but you've been to a lot of states and a lot of countries, a lot of different pool halls. What's one of your couple favorite rooms that you've been to, and why do you like them? Tell us what you like about them.
Mm, let's see. Oddly enough, I didn't like the state too much, but I liked the pool hall. It was in Iowa for the ultimate pool. That was one of the nicest rooms I've seen, honestly. And then I
Big Dog
also
Billiards? Was that Big Dogs?
I don't think so. I forgot what it
Was
was
it
called.
was it in Des Moines? That's
Yeah,
where I'm from. Yeah, I think
it
it
was
would have
like a
been Big Dog.
giant pool hall. They just opened.
Oh,
I think.
were you just there?
Yeah.
Oh, I think was that Rax then?
Maybe. Wait,
Yeah,
no,
I think
not
it's
Rex. Rex is in New York.
what's the name of it? My pictures on they have a big picture of me on the wall and my good friends own it. I can't
I
remember
think
the
I
name of
saw
it.
that actually. I
Yeah,
saw you put it.
it's a beautiful room though. It's a
I
big
forgot what it's
I was
called.
just there. I can't
No,
remember either.
it's super nice. It's one of the nicest I've seen,
Yeah.
honestly.
Shout
And
out to
then
Jonas and Noel Klodek. They're the owners, good friends of mine. I grew up with them, and I can't remember the name of your room. I
oh,
apologize.
Scott, good job.
I'm pulling one of your moves. Uh,
And then let's see. Bobby, you know this. I liked your room a lot too because I just like the tables. Honestly, the tables played so good. Like, I don't know. I was playing so good on there. I'm a little biased because I was playing good on there, but I
well,
liked.
the tables do play good in his room. Really
Yeah,
do.
She said on table 4, she said this is the best table I've ever played on.
Yeah, it was also
Ah,
Brunswick too.
Brunswick 3, yeah.
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 And I'm not just saying that because I'm sponsored. It was actually really good. And
No, I played Jeremy Jones and I played some on it. We played.
yeah.
Was that the table
Yeah.
that we played early?
Yes. Yeah.
I tell you what, we played quite a bit on there. It does play really, really good.
Yeah. It's and then let's see. I think those are the two big pool rooms, and then Iron City, obviously, in like Alabama. See, I don't like the states that these are in, but I like the pool rooms, so that's the big picture there.
Nice. What about your place in
Griff's
Las
for
Vegas?
sure.
Yeah.
No, for sure. Griff's is probably one of my. But I actually that completely crossed my mind because we're not here a lot, so I kind of forgot. I completely forgot. I was thinking about us traveling everywhere. But
Right.
yeah, no, Griff's has to be one of my favorites too. That's like, and then also in California, there's this one pool hall called Aloha Billiards. I love that. The owners are so nice. It's like kind of a local pool room. All the locals are really cool. So those are definitely like top 5 pool rooms.
That's good
Bobby, I have a
stuff.
question for him.
Yeah,
I have
go
a
right ahead.
question. So a little surprised that you didn't mention this guy's pool room. You know him quite well and you work with him a lot. Oscar Dominguez.
Oh
What
my
do you
gosh. Oh, I
Oh,
forgot. Okay.
she
Edit
said
this out.
California too. She said
I know, and I
California.
thought you was
And
gonna,
then
I
so
thought you
did
was gonna
I.
say
So did
Earl,
I.
and she said
So did
Aloha
I.
Billiards, and I was like,
Oh.
oh no, I'm gonna set her up for failure here.
Oh shoot. I forgot. Oh my gosh. Okay. Revise the list. Okay, it goes
I love it. I love it.
it goes Griff's, and then this is not in any order, but Griff's, Hard Times, Aloha Billiards, uh, Iron
Yale,
City Billiards, and then the one in Iowa,
and then
which I
Yale
forget
Billiards.
the name. And then Yale Billiards.
Yeah.
So those are definitely the best pool rooms I've been to, honestly. And
Awesome.
That's good
that's
stuff.
unbiased. That's honestly just my that's the truth, honestly.
So that wasn't even my question. And my question, well, I just had to bring that up. My question was,
Yeah,
I
you
see,
have to throw
I
me under
see
the
that you,
bus.
of course, that's what we're here for. You know that. Um, I noticed you've spending a lot of time with Oscar, who I've been around my whole life, and as good a guy as you can possibly get. He and his father Ernesto. I grew up underneath them and around them and with them, and great players. Never had a single problem with either one of those guys.
Yeah.
Battling it out my whole career. What do you take from Oscar? I know that you guys work together, and if you don't work together, you probably talk together a lot about the game because Oscar is pretty big on the mental
Mm-hmm.
side of the game. He's
Oh, for
so
sure.
positive
Yeah.
mentally. He's one of the most positive players probably that there are ever,
Yeah.
in the game. What do you take from him?
Yeah, I mean, we've never really worked
Sure.
together like we're going to in next week. But he's basically my whole time playing, so whole 4 years of playing. I've gone all my pool playing skills that I have to dedicate to my dad and Oscar because they're the main two that have always helped me. And Oscar's just showed me little things, and Ernesto too. He's even shown me little things too. But every time before a match, no matter what time it is, I'll text him. If I need any help, he'll always text me something to prepare me for my match, whatever it is. Could be mental game, could be something to eat, could be something, just to think during the match to calm my nerves. If I'm on a TV table or something, he'll help me. So I think he's been the biggest help and improvement on my game, besides my dad. But he just teaches me little things, and then I just kind of put them together. But I'm really excited to work with him next week because then we can finally sit down and talk about my game. Because Oscar's he's always so busy. He has his room he's running. He has his 2 kids. I think he just moved into his house like last year, maybe. I don't know. So he's always so busy. So I'm really excited to go up there and work with him.
He travels on the road and plays pretty good action matches too.
That
He's been
too.
traveling all over. Yeah, he's a
That too.
nonstop.
Yeah. I'm really honored, honestly.
All right, so that kind of brings me to the next question. Is the Oscar answer I was going to ask you? What player, whether it could be male or female, not counting your dad, obviously, you know how much your dad does for you. What professional player, men or women, has you think taught you the most, or at least gave you the most effort to say, hey, maybe you should do this, try to do it this way? Would that be Oscar or would that be somebody else?
It would definitely be Oscar. I mean, I think he's one of the only pros that has really like took its time to, message me whenever I need to or tell me what I'm doing wrong or and a lot of the top pro players, they have like wives or girlfriends that I'm competing against, so they don't like to share too much information with me. So, which I understand that. So, but I definitely Oscar. He's been the biggest help for me.
What a special tool to have in your back seat, right? Is a guy like him that's been there for the last 4 years for you. Bobby, I gotta ask her this. I can't help it. I gotta ask her because I ask everybody that's on our show. Um, how did you start playing pool?
Let's see.
Tell us the story. Like, how did you really start
Yeah.
playing?
So people think I just picked up a cue when I could just walk, and then all of a sudden I just played pool. But we've just had a table at home since I was like, I think 4 years old. And my dad kind of goofed around with his friend. His friend kind of taught him basically a lot of the stuff he knows. He's actually playing downstairs right now. But so let's see. When I was 4, we got the table at first, and then all the way to when I was 11, I never really played. Like maybe when I was 9, I would poke around balls, but I would never really pay any attention because I would be playing. I played a lot of sports. I played baseball, hockey, volleyball, soccer, flag football. So I've never really had time to do that stuff. And then I think COVID was when I first really picked up the cue and tried learning, a couple things. So while my dad was upstairs, I would just hit around balls and I was trying to watch some videos to see, my safety to game and stuff to improve. So that was like 11 years old, I think I picked up the cue. And then I finally played my first tournament, which was the BEF. And that was kind of when I got hooked. Because I've always wanted to play it, but for the summer, we were always over in China to visit my mom's side of the family, so I never had time. So I think that was the first time I really got hooked, and then from there, I basically now I'm here basically.
One last thing. So you've got a great stroke, and thank you for the answer. We really appreciate it. You've got a great stroke. And for all the amateurs and the young girls, the young ladies, young men, all the amateurs, in most of our opinions, right? The stroke is everything in pool game. Did
Yeah, for sure.
somebody help you? Did somebody help you work on your stroke, or did you already know this kind of in the back of your mind and try to emulate somebody, or what happened there?
Um, I don't mean to sound like arrogant here or anything
No,
like
speak,
at
speak.
all. But when I first picked up the cue, I still had the sidearm, but my dad
Mhm.
still he would even when I was 8 years old when I was poking around balls, he would call on my mom and he would be like, "Oh, you have to see her make this ball." Like, I would just shoot, aim and then or aim shoot and then it would just go in sometimes. And then when I first picked up the cue, my dad still pointed out the stroke, right? And then we went to the Rio, which was the BCA event at the Rio in Vegas. So I still had the sidearm, but people kept pointing out my stroke, but I had no idea because I didn't even know how a stroke was supposed to look like. Honestly, I wasn't watching pool at all at that time.
So are you
So
saying that you had the natural stroke kind of always?
yeah, pretty much.
Wow.
And then, uh, I was so sick and tired of people like saying that I would need to change my sidearm because they kept comparing me to Keith McCready, but like,
Oh no.
but I was like, no offense to Keith, but I felt so wonky, like shooting like that while I see everyone have like the perfect, um, stroke or perfect stroke. So overnight I all of a sudden I just kept teaching myself how to do it for like 4 or 5 hours. I just kept trying to get it straight. And I finally did. And then I think that's when my dad really realized that I could have more potential in pool because I don't know, I just kind of picked it up, I guess.
Stuff. Good stuff.
You took the time and you focused and you fixed what you need to do and you made yourself. That's awesome. That's a great story. I got a big question for you too. I read some of your big championships just from last year. And your career obviously been 4 or 5 years. What's your biggest win that you most cherish as of right now? What's the biggest win that made you the most excited about?
Mm,
There's a lot of them. I mean, you won Griffs, you won the doubles, you won
yeah, I
USA.
know. I guess it would maybe be I know my mom's gonna lecture me on this because she always has something in the back of her head. Um,
This is
maybe
the one that means the most to you, not Tiffany. Sorry, Tiffany.
I
Go
know, but
ahead.
the thing is she knows which one means the most to me because I've told her, but I can't remember. Um, okay, this is not really the one that means the most to me, but it's the biggest one I've won. So if that counts, it was $1,000 entry tournament here at Griff's. So it
Yep.
was like a 650 and under, I think. But I
Yep.
was only like a 600 at the time when I won it, so it was pretty big for me. And I think seeing all that cash was pretty nice too, honestly. But if
Now you sound
I
like Scott Frost.
yeah, I
The
usually don't
money.
play for the cash. That's the funny thing. For the first couple of years, and even now, I would tell my parents like, if there was money instead of a trophy or something, I would get really mad. So
Oh,
but if there was a trophy, I would work extra hard to win it. But if there was
I,
money, I just yeah.
I love that. I love that. Actually, when we were coming up, I never thought about the money. I was a good money player, but I never thought about the money.
Great money
Uh,
player.
yeah, I mean, I played for big money, but I never really thought about the money. I always felt like if I performed, I looked at you're 15, so it's okay. You can continue to stay 15 for quite a long time. You got the world in your hands. But when I started to mature, it was so much different now. You have social media at the palm of your hands. You've got pool rooms everywhere. You can interact with everybody. For me and for the guys in my era, we had to make a living. And I think one of the things that helped me was kind of to what you were just talking about is, I never thought about the money. And I think even Oscar, right? Like nowadays, your goal, if you are playing for money, even in tournaments, you're not supposed to think about the money. All you're supposed to really think about is winning. And if you perform, then the money comes.
Yeah, but seeing that trophy like right there, just all
Made
of a
you
sudden it would
go.
light a fire in me. But
Love it.
yeah, I would get this sounds yeah, but I would get really upset if there was no trophy and it was just money, I guess. But that sounds so bad saying it was just money, but like
Oh, you're
No,
the
younger.
money
That's right. You're
you're young. You're
the
100%.
money the money was kind of
absolutely.
like a bonus for me, I think, but the trophy was the real prize I wanted.
I think that's awesome. Bobby thinks it's awesome too. And that's the way it should be. Really. That's the way it should be. That's just great.
All right. Since we're talking about money, I don't know if you know I'm a Nike guy too. If you look over from here, your right shoulder, right? If you had to pick one of those out and throw the rest in the garbage, which one are you keeping?
There's
Which one are
more.
which one are you wearing? Which
Um,
which, which one were you keeping?
let's see.
I've got a Nike collection too.
Yeah,
Like
Yeah.
70,
We all
about
do.
70
We all do.
pair. I got like
Wow.
close to 70
Wow.
I
pair. Yeah.
have two.
What is it with
What do
pool
you got?
players and Nikes? What is it with pool
I
player
don't
Nike?
know. I don't know,
It's
but they're not supporting us, man.
I see
not
something.
yet. Not yet. Not
My
yet.
mom got these for my birthday when I was 13. It's Roadrunner shoes, the Nike
Oh,
shoes.
those are
Wow.
so cool.
It was
Yeah.
limited edition. They don't fit me anymore because I have big feet now. But it has a big beep right there. It says
That's
beep
I
beep.
love it.
fabulous. That's
How do we
fabulous.
get a pair of those? How do we get a pair?
It was only limited edition. They only had it for like limited. So she got it somehow, and it has like the little Looney Tune. So this is
That's
probably my favorite.
fabulous.
Yeah, that's my favorite pair for sure.
Scott and I, we don't have those, right? In our collection.
No, no, we don't have those, and I actually like those, right? I would
I do
definitely,
too, for sure.
I, I
Oh,
definitely floss those.
Yeah, yeah. First, oh, she got another pair.
actually, this one's too. So right after the Dodgers won the World
All the
Series,
Nike people are like this. It's okay.
after the Dodgers won the World Series, I got these ones,
Yep.
and
Ooh,
It's the LA one, the LA Dodger ones. They're super dirty, but
Yeah.
Will you
but
put those back by the camera again? I want to see those closer. I
yeah,
really like those. Can you turn them sideways?
Oh, there you
they're
go.
Yeah,
great.
those are sick. Those are sick. I really like those.
So yeah, those are the two definitely that are my favorites.
Nice.
So we got to get in touch with your mom. We got to make sure she sends that sponsorship letter to Nike. We need to set up. They
Yeah,
need to
I
join
know.
us. I mean, all
Yeah,
of us pool players support Nike, and if they threw some money in on us, I'm telling you, we'd help their cause just as we'd help ours. You know what I'm
yeah.
saying?
You want to know the big inspiration for this is Oscar actually. Not just for pool, he helped me with my shoes too. If you see his collection, it's crazy.
Him too, huh?
Yeah, he's
Yeah,
got a
he has.
collection.
I swear he has a new pair of shoes every single time I see him. Like Nike shoes, whether it's Dunks or Jordans.
That's fabulous. That's fabulous. You know, on that, I think that's all we got, Scott. Unless you got something else.
No, boy, I mean, I really I can't wait to work with her too. I actually told her a couple of years ago. I don't know how long it's been. When did we I knew you moved. How long you been in Vegas?
So I was born here.
You were born there?
Yeah,
So you just started going to Griff's. Like how long have you been going to Griff's?
like 4 years. Actually, when I was like 7 or 8, I think for fun, my dad just took me in there just to bang around some balls, and then I just basically, I don't know. I was actually in there before the new manager Brandon, so I was there.
Yeah, yeah.
Was there, and they actually had their different set of balls and different cloth and everything. So I
Yeah.
was there. Yeah, I was there a long time ago, but I think 11 was when I was started really playing in there.
Do you think, because I know you mentioned to me that you want to learn how to play one pocket. Now, I just want an
Mhm.
honest answer. Do you think that one pocket could help your rotation game?
Yeah, for sure. I think it helps me with the touchy game and the cue ball control, and to pinpoint exactly where you want your cue ball. I think it helps
Yeah.
a lot with cue ball control for sure. And then I think after a couple times of playing, so I'm sure you know Ronnie Wiseman.
Yeah, of
I'm sure.
course. Grew up around here.
Oh, yeah. So I learned from him a couple of one pocket stuff, and then I learned from a local guy here, Charlie. He helped me a lot with one pocket. So after a couple of times of playing one pocket, I finally learned how to get the cue ball frozen to the rail. But it took me
Yeah,
forever.
that's a key.
That's
Yeah,
very important in that game.
Yeah.
yeah, it is. Well, listen, Bobby, go ahead and close it out. Savannah, I
Yeah.
really enjoyed working with you. You've been great on here, and we want to have you back sooner or later. And we wish you the best of luck. I'll let
Yeah.
Bobby close it out.
All right, you got it. We're gonna do one last question. All right, you're not a pool player, Savannah. What
Okay.
are you gonna do with your life if you're not a pool player?
I have two things. One's athletic and one's an actual job. So I do right now. I want to go to college to be an architect, just for a backup job or something. I think architecture is super cool, and then I've always wanted to try tennis. That's like the only sport I've never tried, but I love tennis. I love watching it. I love, I played it for fun, but it's way harder than it looks. It's so much harder, and the tennis court looks so much more giant than on the TV screen. But I think I really want to be. I would want to be a professional tennis player.
Yeah, in person, the tennis
Yeah,
court is massive. It's
Yes, it
massive.
yeah,
is.
It's
it's crazy.
fun though. Do you play ping pong?
Yeah, not very good, but yeah.
Yeah, you say you're not very good. You're probably better than like
No,
99% of
after playing
people.
with Josh
So
Filler and Pia Filler,
yeah, yeah, I saw that.
800s in Fargo for ping pong. They're
Yeah,
crazy. I don't know
yeah,
how they played so good, but they have a ping pong table in their house or their room too.
stuff.
But my self esteem after that was at an all time low. It took a while to get
Thanks a lot, Josh and Pia.
higher.
And what about music? Is that something you just like to do on the side, or would you ever think about maybe trying to, make a song or anything like that, or it's just
Definitely
just for
not.
fun?
Definitely, yeah. Singing and dancing is one thing I'm just terrible at. And then also, I would be worried to mess up so badly. It's just something fun to do in my room. I only play for my mom usually.
Nice.
But I just recorded something that we're gonna release on the 4th of July. So You might
Oh.
see it. You might see it in the next week or something.
There you go. We got our exclusive. That's what we wanted, Scott, right?
Yeah, good stuff. I can't wait. I will be ready. You better tag us. The Boom and
Okay.
Freezer Show. Yeah,
Okay.
right.
All right, Savannah. Thanks for joining us. I'm sure we'll see you again. It seems like I see you every 6 months, and you just keep getting
Yeah.
better. And we keep watching you, admiring you. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you, Savannah, very much. Very, very, very appreciative of you coming on the show, and we look forward to you doing big things.
Yeah, thank you. It's nice talking to you guys.
All right, bye.
Cheers.
Give your best to your parents. All right.
Yep.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye.